But I want to welcome everybody. I know some of you are looking at Riman here tonight for the first time, so want to welcome you. I'll just real briefly introduce myself. My name is Tim Herr, and I'm out in California, kind of sharing with you tonight a little bit about the Riman company, the products, and really what's happening here. And tonight, I'm going to share with you enough information so you can make an educated decision if Riman can help change you and your family's financial future. And tonight, you taking up your time, and obviously your friend that invited you on, okay, them taking up their time tonight when we get through, just let them know if you see it or not. I'm a big believer, like a maybe or a think about it. It's just kind of a nice way of saying no. So just have enough respect to get back to them and just say, hey, look, you know what, I see it. Or if not, that's great too. Maybe you won't see it. I'm not sure where you're at right now in your life and where we've caught you. My background, I got very blessed to meet some incredible people at a very pivotal time in my life. I was actually in high school 30 years ago, and I got a chance to meet some successful people, and they taught me how to become an entrepreneur. And at that time in my life, I was making $5 an hour on a go-kart track. So needless to say, my life wasn't doing too well, right? I was in high school here in Irvine, and was just really worried about my future. And when I saw when I saw a chance to be able to be an entrepreneur and get around successful people and learn from them, I thought to myself, man, it doesn't get any better than that, right? To be able to learn from people that are doing what you want to learn how to do. So, I got started. I was busy, when I looked at this profession for the first time, but I was busy and broke, right? And that's really a place that you don't want to be at, right? I was really, very fortunate just to be able to get around some amazing people, and they taught me. And now it's been 30 years that I've been in this profession, and teaching people how this thing works and really what it takes to win, and an attitude and a work ethic and those types of things. But let me just share with you a little bit about how I found Riman. I got started in skincare about 16, 17 years ago. We started a skincare company pretty much out of my garage, right? My wife was the only employee working out of our garage in this company for the first 8 months. My partner, Chris, and I, we just went and started to just build it from scratch, this company. And this is obviously not Riman. This is way before, before Riman, but we took that thing around the world, and we ended up selling that business about 3 years ago. And it was a dream come true. I never been involved in any type of beauty or anything like that. But, when I got around wealthy people, they taught me, that if you can find the right product, that is going to have a wow factor to it, you've got your hands on something special, right? And that's what I found at Riman, right? I really got excited about the Riman products. My buddy actually shared with me the Riman products. His name's Danny Bay. I met him about 20 some odd years ago, and he was working at Starbucks at the time. And I just saw this light in his eye, this passion. And I thought, man, you know what? I would love to be able to get around that guy and kind of share with him what my mentor taught me. And him and I had built a business together, and it was amazing. And we went separate directions, always stayed in touch, and he just sent me some Riman products, and he said, man, you got to see this. He goes, I know you know a lot about skincare. I think you're going to be blown away. And sure enough, right, I put the product on, went to football practice, and my football coach came up to me, right, one of my linebacker coach, and he said, man, your skin looks great. And I was like, what is like, a dude has never said anything like that to me. I was like, oh no, you know what I mean? Like, this is weird, right? And then my daughter the next day goes, Dad, did you get Botox? I was like, why are people talking about my skin? This is so weird, right? Nobody ever talks about my skin. So finally I called up my buddy, Danny Van. I said, what the heck is this stuff? Like, why is it working so well? I've been in skincare for, 16 years. I've never seen a product work so fast. And he said, Tim, this product is off. It goes, there's nobody to compete with this. He said, this thing is like none other. And I said, well, tell me about it. He said, well, basically this gentleman, his name is Chairman On. This is how Riman got started. He said, Chairman On, he's the #1 K-beauty formulator out of South Korea. So what he's been doing for the last 20 years is basically creating formulas, and he just formulates products and then sells them. And what happened was about 10 years ago or so, he was trying to find a product that would give people youthful glow, like a youthful skin. And he started studying a plant called Centella asiatica. It's also in Korea, they call it Byungpul, which translates, I believe, in a medicine plant. And in the Western world, we call it tiger grass, right? So when tigers get wounded in Asia, what they'll do is they'll actually roll around in this grass. So the grass has got these healing properties to it, right? Well, he started researching this plant, and in Korea, it's very popular. You know, we have in America a product called Neosporin, right? Neosporin, or that healing ointment. It's in almost every first aid kit, right, that you have in the world. I mean, in America, they're everywhere, right? But in Korea, they have a product called Marakaso, right? This is actually what it looks like. This is Marakaso, and it's a healing ointment. It's been around for like 50 years. But it's kind of hard to be able to see, but there's a little picture of centella leaf on there, tiger grass, because it's made from tiger grass. So in Korea, tiger grass is really well known. Okay. And he started researching this plant. And the same time that he brought this into a smart farm and started his smart lab and started researching it, they made a discovery on Jeju Island. What's Jeju Island, right? Well, Jeju Island's a beautiful island south of Korea, and they have a big volcano on that island, and it's called the Halasan volcano. They found water that had been trapped in that volcano for 400,000 years. And when this discovery was made, the United Nations stepped in and made it a UNESCO heritage site to protect it. And they gave out one government contract for research in this water for skincare. And they awarded that contract to Chairman An, the gentleman that started Riman. And he said, okay, well, what should I do with this water? He goes, well, let me see what happens if I spray the plant with it. So he started spraying the plant with the lava energy water, and it grew from the size of a quarter, right? The size of like a token to the size of the hand. And it grew 5 to 10 times bigger. And what they discovered is it's got 5 to 10 times the healing properties of traditional centella leaf. And he started to put together, using this water from the volcano, using this giant patented centella leaf, right? This healing, with all these healing properties to it. And he started to formulate this ICD, right? This in-cell derm line. And once he got through with it, what he did that nobody had ever done before is he actually did something so unique. It still blows me away when I think about it. But he said, let's microfluidize it. Now, some of you know microfluidization, right? It's not like something he came up with, okay? But microfluidization is basically when you take something that's, you know, that's like basically micrometers and make it nanometers. So you make it when you microfluidize something, it can become about 350 times smaller than a hair follicle. So what happens is when he microfluidizes formula, what happened is it penetrates past the epidermis and gets to the dermis. And when you do that, it gets into the cellular level of the dermis, ICD, in cell derm, into the cellular level of the dermis, and it helps to heal the face, right? It heals. It's a healing plant. And when people started to try this product that he had put together, the results were off. I mean, people were going bananas over it. He said, I don't want to sell this formula. He goes, what I want to do with this formula, I want to open up my own company, right? And partner up with people and give them an equity ownership position with the company and give them the opportunity to be able to just share this story of this product. And that's how Riman got started in 2018. And they started in South Korea, right? And they started in South Korea. And let me just real quickly see if I can get this slide deck working. But basically, they started in South Korea in 2018 and quickly became the #1 rated K-beauty brand because they did over $2.5 billion in revenue just out of South Korea alone. Now, when you become the #1 K-beauty brand in Korea, that's like, to me, it's like being the #1 coffee company in Colombia, right? Okay. You know what I mean? Or the #1 hot dog company in America. You guys see what's going on? Like, what are we doing? And he was able to have massive success with this product because it just grew like wildfire. And they were able to sell over 40 million bottles of the EX dermatology cream, right? Dermatology EX cream, the #1 selling product that we have, right? And in South Korea alone. Then they opened up in the United States and Canada, and then they started to open up internationally. They started to go to Taiwan and Hong Kong and Mexico and Malaysia and Singapore and the Philippines and United Kingdom and Japan, right? And they just opened up Italy, Spain, Ireland, Colombia, Chile, Peru. This thing is growing right now like wildfire through a dry brush field, okay? And the reason why they're having so much success is because the quality of the products. And these the major brands that we have is this in-cell, this ICD that everybody falls in love with, right? When they try it, they get massive results. And it's really a wow factor product, right? When you put it on, whoa, you're like, wow, my skin feels different. You know, it's just an amazing product. And then the Boda Lab is basically our hair care and body care. And we'll talk a little bit about that in our life-ending products. And also, we might talk tonight a little bit about our makeup. Makeup is about to get a major upgrade. You're going to have to be with us at August 7th, 8th, and 9th. And with this, and we're going to be in Vegas talking about that. It's going to be big. We got a big convention. So these are the three pillars, right, that we talk about, that giant byung pool, that patented plant. Not just patented in Korea, but guess what? It's patented in the United States too, okay? This Jeju lava energy water. Okay, this now look. Energy water, this lava energy water, it's not like Jeju lava energy water on Jeju Island is the only place where this exists, right? They have it in Hawaii on the Big Island, but it's too expensive because it's so deep to harvest that water. Okay, but it is there, right? But it's too deep. There's another place in Spain that they have it, but the sediment it's too rocky at the bottom. So when you try to extract the water, all the sediment and the rocks come up with it, right? And then obviously, in Japan they've got it, but they had some type of a toxic, radiation, all that bad stuff that happened over there. So Jeju lava energy water, that's the place, right, that it's accessible, right? And like I said, we're the only skincare company on the planet Earth that has access to it. We're the only skincare company on planet Earth that has access to the giant byung pool plant. Now, we're not the only company on the planet that has the microfluidization process. The microfluidization process is used in medical creams. So like in a testosterone cream or an estrogen cream or cortisone cream or lidocaine, anytime you're trying to pass the epidermis, you want to microfluidize it. But in skincare, it's not something that has ever really been done before until now. And that's the reason why people are getting such amazing results with our products, right? And let's talk a little bit about this Riman campus. This is what people go bananas about. When they see this, they say to themselves, wait a second, I've never seen anything like this, okay? They say, this company is going to be the next legacy company. What I'm about to show you, when I share with you this Riman campus, you're probably going to be like the majority of people that say, wait a second, I've never seen anything like this, okay? This is remarkable. That's what I said. I said, I've never seen anything like it. That's what most people say, because what we're doing, it's so different than everybody else. Everybody else is just basically white labeling products, slapping basically slap a sticker on and go out there and promote it. We are not doing that. Okay. What we're doing is we're creating the best products. We've got Ask Lab. We got our own research and development company, ladies and gentlemen. Think about what I just said. We have our own research and development company. Most companies might have a research and development department or a research and development team, right? A team, which is like two people, maybe one person. We got an entire research. And I'm telling you right now, when you come in August 7th, 8th, and 9th in Las Vegas, you're going to go, whoa, this research and development department is working overtime, putting together amazing products. But let's jump inside this Riman campus and take a look, okay? This is on that beautiful island of Jeju. And we've got this giant Riman farm, 160,000 160,000 square feet, right? Solar powered station. It's AI technology controlled environment. And it's the only place on the planet of Earth that the giant byung pool plant is actually grown. You can't find it anywhere else. Okay. You can't find it. It's patented by the United States too. Look at what I'm showing you. The giant byung pool lab is right. This at the base of the lava energy water, the base of the volcano is where you'll find this Riman campus. Okay. The ass base. Okay. That's where all the magic happens. Okay. And then the byung pool lab, that was kind of our first, the byung pool lab is where the giant byung pool plant was born, right? See what's going on. So let's dive into this a little bit more. This is our Riman farm on Jeju Island, 160,000 square foot. Nobody's doing what we're doing. Technology through the roof. Everybody knows we've got over 20 patents. Okay. Everybody knows that. We've got 20 different products that are patented. This thing is unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it. That's why the excitement's at all time. We have actually built also a resort. Okay. I've never heard of anybody doing that. I used to work at a go-kart track in Southern California called Boomers. Okay. Boomers was a go-kart track. I worked on Thunder Road. Thunder Road was the name of that amazing go-kart track there. And I worked on turn 6 for Thunder Road. Okay. And I did that. And that was my background. And now I haven't looked recently, but when I worked at Boomers, they didn't have a village that you could go to, right? That you could qualify to go to. okay, on an island. They didn't have it, right? So when I saw this, I said to myself, this is different. All right, I've never seen anything like this. And they have just at a beautiful facility, state of the art. They just bought the property right next to it, about to double this thing in size. The excitement's over the top, and people that go there, I mean, they're like, whoa, what is happening, right? That's what everybody says. They say, I can't believe what I just saw, okay, because this company is doing it right now. Let's talk a little bit about this ICD, this ICD product, okay? This is really the star of the show, okay? And it started off and it's just elevated. It's enhanced. One of the big things that I want to talk about when you look at our products is we keep up with the times, right? Meaning that we're not even keeping up with the times. We're setting the times, right? We're creating the future of skincare is what's happening with the way that we operate. But we're on the cutting edge, right? We're on the cutting edge. We're not sitting back saying, hey, we got the best product on the planet Earth. Let's just kick our feet up. We are our Ask Base, our Ask Labs team, they're constantly working on making this product better. And the top there, I don't know if you can see it there, but it says German Dermatest certified. Okay, everybody knows that's the most stringent test that you can that a product has to go through, right? And our product is Dermatest certified, which is an unbelievable situation. Okay, and let's talk a little bit about why this thing is so special. Look at me, okay? You guys all know, right? I'm obviously not a good-looking guy. I always joke about it with people. I say, I'm an ugly guy in the beauty industry, okay? And it's obvious. But if you would have saw me before Riman, I was still in the beauty industry, but I'm just ugly. Before I was super ugly. I mean, oh my God. I used to tell my wife, I go, I can't believe, you used to make, I go, it's disgusting. You used to make out with me. You know what I mean? She said, I only did it, Tim, when the lights were off. You know what I mean? So that's where I was living, right? And the product you can see, I'll show you some more before and after. This is actually my daughter. She's a team leader with the Riman. You can see her face right here. She had some action going on there, right? Some red bumps, and now boom, gone. Like she loves the products. ICD, everybody knows it. Here's some of the other products. Here's some other before and afters of people. Just you'll see. We could literally do an hour on just doing before and afters and telling these people's story, right? Hearing their story about their confidence going up, right? This is something that never happened to me. People coming up to me saying, man, you look healthy. Your skin looks healthy. What are you doing? Right? I've never heard that. I've never heard that. I mean, people have asked me, hey, are you okay? You look a little sick, Tim. Your skin looks terrible. Never heard anybody say, man, your skin looks alive. It's vibrate. It's like vibrant. And I'm like, what? So what happens with this product is when you first get the product, you want to take a before and after. Okay. Everybody wants to do that because most people, they don't, I'm skeptical. I don't know if it's going to work. And then lo and behold, right. Their heads they're blown away by the results they're getting. Right. And, the Bodolab hair care and body care, we'll get more into this in product training, but I can't tell you about what that Deserta Cola does. Right. If you were in Korea, they could tell you a little bit more details about that. Right. Because they have some clinical studies. So I'm not going to get into it, okay, because I don't want to get any product claims, but I can just show you some before and afters of buddies of mine and friends of mine, and you can kind of see a little bit about what's happening with their hair here just from, visualizing it. But people love our hair care, okay? Father's Day is coming up, in fact, okay? And if you're going to get, your father a gift, here's what I'll tell you about men. I know some of you on the call, when it comes to men and skincare, people always say, how do you do it? Men do not know much about skincare, majority. Okay, majority of them. And majority of them don't know much about it. They're embarrassed, okay, that they don't know much about it. They're not going to walk into a Sephora typically and walk around or walk into a Neiman Marcus and start talking to people about skincare. Okay, they're a little nervous. Okay, they don't really know much about it. So most people are like, you know what, I'm not going to deal with it. I'm just going to look the way I'm going to look, and my wife's going to have to deal with it. Right? That's what most men say. They're just like, my wife's going to have to put up with it, and this is what I got. Right? This is what's going on. But what happens is when you can educate men, right, on just saying, all you got to do is try this product out, and they see the results, they get blown away. So people always ask, how do you do such a good job of selling this product to men? Well, men don't want to be ugly. It's not like when I woke up in the morning before I started using Riman, I was like, man, you know what? Check out all these new wrinkles I got, man. I'm doing it. I wasn't excited about all these wrinkles, but I didn't know, I didn't know what I didn't know. Once I started using the Riman product, boom, I was blown away. So, you know, and it's the same with the hair care as well. Men are really into that, okay? But the Life-Thing product, once again, beauty from the inside out. You know, we got that Deep Tox product, Deep Talk, right? It is Deep Talk. Basically, it's a detox product. People love it, right? And the beauty collagen, I used to have really bad toenails. I'm not going to get into it because it's a gross conversation, but the beauty collagen I love, right? So we could talk about the products all day long. The makeup, okay, all I know about the makeup is it tastes great on my wife's lips. No, the makeup, it's basically skincare. It's makeup with skincare infused into it, right? So a lot of the big concern that women have right now that wasn't around 15 years ago is what's in my product? What am I putting on my face? What is this? Is there endocrine disruptors? Is it right? Is there some type of parabens or something that can mess up my body? Right? People are very sensitive right now about more than ever before about what they put on their skin. So they're looking for quality products, right? Is what they're looking for. They're not looking for a product that can have them having things growing and on the growths on their body. They want to have a clean product, right? So people like to fall in love with our makeup. I'm like I said, I don't do makeup, obviously, but my wife does, and it tastes great on her lips, right? But I'm not going to get into that. You try it for yourself, you'll fall in love. You'll agree, right? We have a lot of makeup. I can't talk about it. Just be in Vegas. Now I want to get into the money real quickly, and here we'll wrap this thing up. But obviously, by now, you can see clearly that we have our hands on something special with Riman. By now you can see clearly we got the right products. By now it's obvious to see, right? We're in the right industry. Why skincare? People asking, why skincare? Well, because I like to earn income, right? So I like to get involved in an industry that's growing. I like to get involved in an industry. The reason why I'm such a big skincare guy, I like to be involved in an industry that is going to not just attract men, but going to attract women, because 80% of this industry is women. So I'm looking for a product that's gonna talk to the masses, right? The masses, the majority, right? Which is the women, okay? In this direct selling industry. So I got to cater, because I'm a guy, right? And I've been married for 30 years. So needless to say, I don't have a lot of women friends, okay? None, right? I mean, literally, I've got a bunch of sisters that I work with in Riman, but I don't really have any. I'm not telling my wife, hey, I'm going to go hang out with my girlfriends, and we're going to go shopping. That's not what's going on. So when I got started in skincare, I was blown away because the products just attracted the right people, the people that got passionate about it. And I thought to myself, oh my God, we've got our hands on something special here. So let's talk a little bit about how this thing works. Everybody on this call, I'm pretty confident, knows a company manufactures a product. They supply a product, they mark it up and sell it to distributors. They'll mark it up, sell it to wholesalers. This is traditional supply chain, right? Then they'll mark it up and sell it to retailers. Retailers will then mark it up, and guess what they're going to do? They're going to sell it to a customer. So all those markups, the customer ends up paying a higher premium because everybody's got to make their money. Riman said, hey, we're going to do a high margin wholesale distribution model. And I say, what the company's going to do, it's unbelievable what they're doing. They're actually going to give us an equity ownership position with the company, okay, where you can build up a business. So you're in business for yourself, but guess what? You're not in business by yourself, because we have a training and support team and a support system is what we've got that will share with you how to become a success in a short period of time. If you're willing to put in the time, effort, and energy. I got to put that in there. Time, effort, and energy. Okay. It's going to take a little bit of time. These products are amazing, but they're not going to sprout arms and legs. This is not going to sprout arms and legs and walk over and talk to your neighbor, right? You understand? So we'll show you how to do it. And if you're willing to put in the time, effort, and energy, you can participate in this thing. So let's look at this. Who do you know with skin, right? We can take these products, company puts some products in our hands, and we can take these products directly to customers. Who do you know with skin? Do you have neighbors? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Some of you I know probably live in rural areas where your neighbor might be, 1,000 feet away from you, or 10, I don't even know what 1,000 feet is. Maybe 10,000. I don't know. They're far from you. Maybe 2 or 3 miles. Maybe you live in a rural area. So you're like, I don't really have a lot of neighbors, Tim. Okay. Well, do you know anybody that has skin? Right? Have you ever worked with somebody with skin before? Have you ever been to a family reunion? And did you look around and notice that they had skin? All you got to do is find people with skin and get them to demo. You just talk demo. Use the products. Use the products. talk about the products, demo the products. That's it. That's all I do. Now, you can go direct to consumers. Now, another methodology is if you know people that own retail shops, do you think they want to have superior products in there, or do you think they want to have just another Me Too product, right? They want something that's elite. They want to have a K beauty line. They want to have the best products on the planet. They want to offer their customers something that's amazing. That's why they fall in love with the Riman products. Then you got your online channel, right? We teach people that want to learn how to do social media, how they can build an online influence. It's going to take time. It's going to take effort. It's going to take energy if you don't have a following already, but you can do that over time as you start to build that online channel. Now, why do customers want to participate with you? Number one, if my sister doesn't buy products from me, she's going to have an issue, right? She's going to have an issue. Why? Because if she's using a competitor's product, guess what? The competitor is not going to take her to it's not going to pick her up and take her to the airport. I will. You see that? The competitor is not going to watch her crazy kids. You see what I'm saying? I'll babysit those guys, right? So my family's going to buy from me, right? Number one is once they try the product, they're going to fall in love. But they don't want to buy it from me. They want to support me, right? They want to support. So what happens is that customer is going to get tagged to me. Now, some people you're going to talk to, you're not going to know them, but they're going to get tagged to you anyways because they're going to set up an account with you, and that email is going to be attached to you. You're going to have an online portal that shares with you all the data of all your customers. And when they buy from you, guess what's going to happen to them? They're going to get 5% reward points so that they're eligible to use 30 days after their first purchase. They're going to get a 5% discount on whatever they bought. And then once they hit a certain threshold, they're going to become a VIP customer, or in fact, can even become a VVIP customer, very, very important customer, and they can be awarded another 10%. So you take 10%, you add it to 5%, you're looking at 15%. Customers are getting excited, right? They're looking in the mirror, they're seeing a difference, they're getting compliments on their skin, fall in love with the product, and they're thanking you. They're probably going to start referring you to people too as well, as long as you leave that door open. But let's talk about how this thing works, okay? When you first get started, you can get started as a planner, manager, senior man. These are kind of the starting positions. Now, planner, when you get started there, you're only going to be there for a little bit, okay? Now, you can stay there if you want, but if you just simply go out there and share the products with people, share the Riman products with people, you're going to go from planner to manager. Now, somebody says 10%. Tim, is that a lot? Well, as small, here's what we know for sure to be facts. The average small business in America costs how much? Over $450,000, according to who? The Small Business Administration. We know that. 65% of small businesses fail within 5 years. We know that. And the ones that are profitable are only profiting between 5 to 7%. That's the average profitability of a business. You get started with Riman tonight, you're already profiting at 10%. 10% profits. That's a great business model. Now, what happens is once you've done an amazing job of learning how the products work, learning how to, you get your links, track all your stuff, get your customers enrolled, and you get to 3,000 in sales points, okay? Meaning basically that's kind of you're going to hear about sales points and business points. And basically what that is since the dollar is different, right? The dollar is here in the US and the Canadians got their own dollar. In Mexico, they got pesos. And then, they got the yen over here. They got this, that, and the other thing. Everybody's got different monies. It's universal, cross the border, right? Cross the boards. This sales points is BP. It's kind of like just basically a currency. Think of it as a Riman currency. But it's in the US, I would say 3,000 SPs, probably like around 3,400, whatever. And you sell that, okay? Anything you buy or sell counts. That is going to get you to manager. Okay, now you're going to unlock an extra 20 to 30%. You can qualify for a retail bonus that'll give you another 10%. We'll talk about that tomorrow on our orientation training that you're going to want to be a part of. Then our senior manager position, once you've accumulated 6,000 sales points between anything that you buy or sell yourself and anybody that you personally enroll that wants to participate with you in this opportunity, their volume is going to count as well. Now you're at 6,000, you're senior manager. Once you hit senior manager, you're always going to get paid as a senior manager or a team leader if you decide to go on, but you're never going to go back down to manager pay. Once you're manager, you're never going to be at planner pay. So understand it's an automatic promotion system, right? Then you can become a team leader. Bam. That's where you can start making some serious income if you're willing to put in the effort. So I love the fact that we've got this business model, this high margin wholesale distribution model. I'm going to show you this right here because this is when you look at it, you go, what is all this? What this is actually basically a breakdown. This open line volume, this open group, you're going to get paid on different on your different open line group. Meaning what? If let's say I'm a senior manager and I bring in somebody that's a manager, and then they bring in somebody that's a planner, and I'm the only senior manager, that's my open group, right? So you're going to get paid anywhere between 5 to 20% on your open line group, manager 5 to 10, planner 5, team leader 5 to 30. Plus, you can earn this additional income called what? Called the unilevel, right? So basically, if you elect to allow people to participate with you in this business, okay, some of you are just going to want to get customers. You're like, man, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to make all my family and friends look, better, share this thing with everybody. Man, that's noble, right? Now, what I want to share with you is you're allowed to let other people participate with you, right? So what I like to do is I like to let other people join me in my business, right? And the reason why is because I like to teach people what my mentor taught me. And if you elect to build a distribution channel, you can get pretty substantial overrides. So a commission is what you do. An override is what somebody else does that you teach them to do. So you can build your distribution channel as big as you want, right? Or you cannot build a distribution at all and just get customers. It's up to you, however you want to participate. Or you could basically do neither, maybe be a customer and look better, or none of them, right? You're like, I don't want to look better, I don't want to make more money, I'm out of here. That's fine too, right? There's options. It's up to you. We're just here to let you know how this thing works and why this thing works, okay? But there's a substantial amount of income here. And the key is when you build a business, right? Let me ask you a question. If you owned a gas station, what's the smartest thing you could get? I think most people would agree with me. If you want to have a successful gas station, it's gonna be a smart move to get some gas. Now, let me ask you this one. I might trick you with this one. What if you own a liquor store? If you owned a liquor store, what do you want to have? Probably some liquor, right? If you own a tire company, probably some tires. You see what I'm saying? So when you own a skincare business, you think it'd be smart for you to get some products. Obviously, right? Now, when we buy products, we get a rebate on anything that we buy, right? As a distributor with Riman. So we get rebates, right? And then basically when we promote the product, we get commissions. Okay. So there's a big incentive for people whenever they get started to get their hands on products because they know they need a use, talk, demo. Okay. So let me show you some of these success packs that are available. And you can understand this is the starter sets. The majority of people, when they get started, they want to have success. And there's different starter sets that are available depending on somebody's basically commitment level. Somebody says, what starter set should I get, Tim? And I always just turn around to them and just ask them, what do they want to get out of it? What do you want to get out of this Riman business, right? Because if you get this smaller starter set, right, you'll have enough products for you to use, okay? But you're probably not going to have enough products to really start demoing the products. And if you're not making the products the superstar in Riman, you're not going to have the results that you want, okay? The product has got to be the superstar. The product is superstar, okay? And that's why the majority of people, they want to get one of the bigger kits because they want to get their hands on more stuff, right? It's going to be, if you get that little baby starter set, nothing wrong with it. You're going to get basically $373 worth of products for $334. Okay. But the key is, when you get these bigger sets, you're going to get more products, right? How are you going to get Rad 100 customers? Well, you got to get some of the product, it's got doubles of some of these that you can promote. The hair care, everything is in this one, right? And this one's got more of, right? This one comes with over $1,996 worth of product for only $1,690. You see that? So you're getting, what is that? About over $300 worth of free product when you get that pack. But notice you're gonna make some serious. You're gonna get some products that you can utilize. So it's up to you where you want to get started. For me, when I got started, I needed a lot of products because I like to do things fast. I like to do things quicker than other people because if I'm going to do something, I'd rather do it fast because same thing, right? If I'm going to talk to people about Riman, I'm going to let everybody know about it before they find out about it. They're going to find out I'm in Riman. People are going to talk. My friends are going to talk. Everybody's going to talk. So I wanted to bring it to them first. So I needed products so I could go and just start getting this stuff on people, right? So get a starter set when you get started. If you don't get a starter set, just be a customer. I'm going to tell you right now, is it mandatory to get a starter set? It's not mandatory, but I don't know why somebody would want to do this business and not have any products. That's just ridiculous. You know what I mean? That's like buying a car with no tires, right? It's just ridiculous. Why would you want to have no tires, right? You're not going to go anywhere with that. So you want to make sure you have some stuff ready to go. You get one pack that makes sense for you. Okay. Now in Canada, we got the same type of thing happening. They have the Canadian dollar system up there. BP is the same. So whenever they get paid, obviously they're going to get paid in Canadian dollars, right? So it's going to be a little bit higher there than the US because of that currency exchange that's going on. Don't understand that model too well, but this is the Canadian pricing as well, right? And it's a no-brainer for people in Canada because everybody wants to look better. Everybody just got back. They're getting back today from a trip that was going on in Costa Rica, right? We got another one coming up in the Bahamas. Everybody's excited about that. You want to, when you get started tomorrow, get on the orientation so we can talk to you a little bit more about Bahamas. We got Dubai as well, right? If you want to go to Dubai, we're going to be doing that in fall of 2027. Okay, directors and higher get to participate in that. And then we have this leadership match bonus. I'm going to touch on this right now. And the reason why I like talking about this so much is because when you get started in Riman tonight as a distributor with us, you've got to be asking yourself one major question: am I going to get some support? And the answer is obvious, yes, because the company rewards us to help you become successful. This leadership match bonus is only available if you help somebody become a team leader. Okay, now this is the bulk of where my income comes from, is through match bonuses, right? And so this is a big portion of your income in Riman. So what you want to realize is when you get started and you're brand new, you're going to get some support because every team leader, director, senior director, national director, they want you to become a team leader too. Why? So they can start earning matching bonuses, right? It's unbelievable how this thing works, okay? And I'm going to just go over a couple events going on right now. We have a special promo that just dropped today. Father's Day promo, big one. Mothers can take advantage of it too. Basically, it's going on right now. Started today at noon. It's going to be going until June 14th at 11:59 p.m. as long as supplies last. But anybody that purchases over $200, a US $279 in Canada, guess what? They're going to get this ICD cleansing experience kit. People love this thing, man. And they're going to get that for absolutely free, okay? Some great ideas for dad is they're talking about hair care. I don't know where your dad's at with his hair, right? It might be too late. If he still got some, boom, perfect for him. Body care, it's great. But I'm going to tell you right now, get him some stuff for his face. You understand? Men want to look better, but they're scared to talk about it. It's embarrassing for them because they don't know anything. They don't want to talk to their wives about it because their wives know everything and they don't know anything, and they're gonna feel insecure. But if you bring them a product that this is something that men love, it's making, and you can show them before and after. You show mine, anybody before and after, show them out, and you get them some of the product. Don't let mom look good. Mom's Day was a couple weeks ago. I don't know what it was, a month ago, right? Mother's Day was going on. Everybody's mothers are looking beautiful now because they got Riman product. Dad's over here looking shabby. We got to get dad styled in, man. So we got some amazing products here. Everything's unisex, okay? Makeup is kind of not really, but I'm in California, so you don't know what's going on here. Here's the convention momentum bonus. This is going on right now. Somebody goes, why is this important for a brand new person? Because team leaders have a vested interest in making sure that everybody becomes successful. Team leaders right now are working harder than ever before because they threw out an extra $10,000 bonus for them to be able to create momentum into the convention. So if you're brand new, understand that here's a team leader right now that wants to work with you, right? And make sure that you become successful because they want to make sure that they take advantage of the convention bonus. So it's going to help everybody expedite their growth, okay? Anybody that's manager, senior manager, I think some of you might be in California, but in California, man, I remember about a couple of years ago, there was a major, what was it? There was this Trader Joe's bag, man. Women were fighting in the parking lot for these things. I'm telling you, it was wild, right? This tote bag had people like they were, bop, bop, bop. They were going crazy over these. And the Riman tote bag, we don't have to beat nobody up. We don't have to fight in a parking lot. Okay, all we got to do is hit manager, senior manager. Bam, you get it. Exclusive swag. It's not available anywhere else. You can't buy it. Only way you can get it is by earning it. Everybody's running for this thing right now because everybody's so excited about it, and it's amazing, right? And then you got, obviously, the convention coming up, MGM Grand, Las Vegas, 7th, 8th, and 9th. You got to be there no matter what. I'm telling you, going to be announcements that you will not believe. It'll knock your socks off your feet. And then we got a couple events going on tomorrow. I talked about that orientation training on Tuesday. Okay, that's going to be at 6 p.m. The ID number is 999-000-6191. Password's Riman there for the orientation training. Okay, we got it's going to be a power-packed call. And Wednesday, Julian Doan, one of the top directors in the entire world of Riman, he's actually going to be doing a basic building blocks for success training that will take your business to the next level. and everybody's excited about that. Thursday, we've got Christy Belliston and Kathy Netzel going to be doing the Riman reveal. Okay, this is going to be big. Christy and Kathy, some of my favorite presenters, they're going to be sharing the Riman opportunity. It's going to be at 6 p.m. So we got these events going on to help you build your business. Now, this is only available in Southern California. It's called the Riman University System. So if you're in Southern California, make sure, obviously, you take advantage of this. This is an unbelievable system that creates massive amounts of leadership. But also, I want to let everybody know, if you know people in Southern California, you can send them our way. I'll take care of them for you. Just let me know. Roll out the red carpet for them. We'll make sure that they get taken care of. That's Thursday night at 7 Pacific. Thursday night at 6 is the online reveal. So people all around the country, all around the world are going to want to take advantage of that. That's to introduce people to the Riman opportunity. And then Friday, first time I've ever done this training right now, Chris, Kim, and I are going to be doing a training called a special training on what you don't know about presenting, teaching everybody how to do presentations, just like I'm doing tonight, right? This is not a skill set that I knew before I got started and got around the right people. So we'll show you how this thing works, how to be able to make it happen. And we'll have a lot of fun along the way. So tonight, I want to make sure everybody knows, whoever invited you on tonight, they've got a link. You want to get that link from them so you can enroll in the Riman opportunity. What I would encourage you to do is, I wouldn't hesitate, right? I'm one of those types of people, right? I say, look, you know what? I want to make something happen. I'm going to do it, right? I'm not going to watch and wonder. I'm going to make it happen. Some of you right now, heart's on fire. You're ready to transform your life. Here's the deal. It's not about getting started in Riman, okay? It's not about getting started in Riman. Anybody get started Riman. We're talking about putting in the effort. I'm going to say it again. Putting in the effort. You got to put in the effort. Meaning what? You got to talk to people. But these products are not going to sprout arms and legs and walk over, talk to people. You can't sit there in your ambitious boy recliner on Thursday night eating chips and dip and get these bad boys to go to work for you, right? You got to talk, okay? So we'll show you how to do it. We'll teach you how to do it. Some of you are like, I'm kind of nervous to talk to people. Well, great. Get started so we can teach you how to overcome that, right? This is not something that we want to have going on for the rest of our life, right? We want to learn how to have confidence and then communicate, right? Help you out in all areas of life. But take it serious. We'll be here for you every step of the way. Get back to your buddy that invited you on. They'll help you enroll, help you get started. I appreciate everybody's time and effort getting on tonight. We're going to see everybody tomorrow on that orientation training that I think might be one of the best orientation trainings ever done in Riman history. I'm going to find out because I'm going to be there watching it. So with that being said, appreciate everybody's time. Love you guys. Make it happen. And we'll see you guys at the top, everybody. Have a great, wonderful evening. Take care.